These people offer to help you, but then they proceed to talk behind your back. See, they're jealous because you don't look like what you're going through, so they treat you like crap. You see, there are some people, they are jealous and envious of the fact that you hold yourself together well despite going through things. You see, these are your people who feel like you are going through the things that you deserve, but the fact that you don't look like what you're going through, that irritates the miserable, the evil, in my opinion, and the jealous. See, these people assume that you should be bending over backwards, begging them for help, going around looking horrible, just making other people's life miserable, all because you're going through something. But you don't do that, and they don't understand. So when they do help you, when they do show fake support, they have to remedy that by talking behind your back. Only jealous, envious, conniving, spiteful, miserable person will help someone and then proceed to talk behind that person's back. See, women are good for this when it comes to how they deal with other women. When a woman is envious of another woman, she will do things with the intention to make her look bad in the eyes of other people. And you might be asking, if you're going through something and somebody else needs to help you, why would that person be envious or jealous of you? If they have more than you, if you need help from them, why would they envy you? Why would they be jealous of you? With women, it's not always what you have or what you don't have. It's who you are and how you carry yourself as a woman. Even if you are a woman who does not have that many things, if you are going through a tough time right now and you're in need, if a woman sees you in all of your beauty, all of your classiness, even though you are going through something, you're still holding it together, she will perceive that as you thinking you're better than other people, and she will be less likely to help or show empathy toward you. I saw a video over on TikTok of a woman discussing how she's going through a financial hardship. Her electricity got cut off, but she still has to go to work. She left her lunch in the refrigerator and she asked her daughter to take it out so that when she comes home, she's going to grab it, what have you. The daughter expressed to her that there's a weird smell coming from the bag, coming in the refrigerator. All the items are starting to spoil. So fast forward, this woman, she's at work and her coworker, being nosy, she interfered in her conversation with the daughter. She overheard it. She was eavesdropping. So she added her 2 cents by telling her that there's a pantry they have at the job or a shelf or something where you can get a cup of noodle or something like that to have for lunch since you don't have your lunch. On the surface, her nosiness appears to be concern. But what this woman did is she took her to the person that had access to the pantry to get her the food, but then she overheard her talking about her to that person. And not only that, when they went to get the cup of noodles and the other food for her, the lady started giving her a hard time. She was giving her all kinds of nasty attitude, and she was saying some other things that I do not remember, but I'm paraphrasing here. The point is that this woman eavesdropped in her conversation, acted like she genuinely wanted to help her, and then proceeded to talk behind her back to the other woman. And not just that, the woman was being very nasty towards the woman who actually needed the food, who actually needed the help. There's something about women. When they see a woman who is well put together, despite her not having money, despite her not having what she needs, sometimes their cattiness, their nastiness, and the fact that they envy the way you look, despite needing help. Because just because a woman, and this is a little bit of a sidebar, just because a woman doesn't have money, just because a woman doesn't have all the most fashionable things or what have you, that doesn't mean she lacks class, decorum, and she is not somebody that people would aspire to be. You see, there are women who have a whole lot of things, but the major thing they lack is class, decorum, and likability. And when a woman sees a woman who might not have what she needs as far as resources, but she is a decent, kind, and beautiful woman. She just happens to be going through a tough time. An envious spirit, a jealous spirit, a woman who tries to make other women feel bad about what they're going through, they will use that as an opportunity to shame and put down that woman just because they feel she deserves it. You see, this woman, she could have helped her and went about her business. The woman who heard her on the phone with her daughter, she could have minded her business or just pointed her to the pantry. But see, women who have an envious, jealous spirit, they have an envious, jealous mindset, they get a kick out of seeing other women fall. They get a kick out of seeing women who they perceive as being a little bit too much, even though this woman is in need. I'm almost certain, and I say this, and this is full transparency, because I have been in those situations where you would think if a woman appears to have more than you, or she's doing better than you in some way, why would she have any issues with you? And it dawned on me that some women actually get jealous of the fact that you don't look like what you're going through. They actually get jealous of the fact that despite you having a tough time, you're still keeping your dignity and self-respect and your class and your decorum. You're still putting yourself together. You're still treating people well, and they can't stand it. It's as if jealous, envious, miserable people, they want you to wear your sorrows, your struggles, and everything that you go through on your shoulders. They don't understand still being able to be resilient despite what you're going through. And they try to make you feel something by gossiping about you and shaming you and trying to, as they say, kick you while you're down. And that's essentially what this woman was doing. You know, it was bad enough that the woman's already going through financial hardship. And I know a lot of people right now with the food stamp crisis, and some people are not going to be getting benefits. You know, it's not a matter of politics. It's a matter of humanity. And there are some people, they are kicking others while they're down right now. And people like that, you know, they have to be very careful, because what you wish on other people, I believe, will come back to you. But I digress. But this woman, she is the definition of how some women, even though they might have more than you or be in a situation where they're able to help you when you're in need, they can still very much be envious and jealous of the woman you are simply because of how you carry yourself. And the way you carry yourself as a woman has nothing to do with your financial resources. I want to make that clear, because I believe that the internet has some women believing that in order to be a feminine woman, in order to be a classy woman, in order to be a woman that really is like that girl, as they say, you have to have it all figured out when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your relationship and everything else. And that is not the case. That is that fake femininity. That is that fake confidence. That is that faux being the main character of your life. You see, jealous, envious haters, women who might have more than you, and this is for men and women alike, but I speak to women. Women who have more than you, or you perceive them as having more, they will go behind your back and talk about you. They will mistreat you in your face or attempt to disrespect you simply because they feel like they hold something over you now. A person who is not miserable, who is not envious of another woman, they're not going to kick you while you down and treat you as if you deserve what you're going through. And see, somebody asked me that a long time ago in the comments. Can you do a video about how women can be jealous of other women even though that woman has more than her? And I've done a video on that before. I believe I have a lot of videos, but I'm talking about it today. You know, even if you are suffering some kind of need where you are about to lose benefits, lose job, what have you, if you do not look like what you're going through and you're a resilient woman where you still know how to maintain regardless, there are going to be some people who will get triggered and envy the fact that you're still maintaining despite what you're going through. There was absolutely no reason for this woman to go and talk about a woman she does not know. They work on the same site, so she's familiar with her, but from what I got from the video, she really doesn't know her other than in passing. And this woman, she overheard them really talking badly about her, and there was no reason for it. Sometimes women can be the worst when it comes to putting down other women. It's like their misery, their jealousy, their envy sometimes causes them to kick other women when they are down. And some people might be saying, well, maybe that's just human nature, how some people are. Well, that's not right. And I know from firsthand experience that women oftentimes, and we're completely raw on this channel, women like to put other women down. Not all women, that goes without saying, but there are a lot of women who absolutely enjoy. They get a big smile and get a kiki in their face and in their emotions when another woman is down. We're not going to pretend that they don't. And even if they have more than you, even if they think they're better than you, they still will be very envious and jealous simply because you are carrying yourself in a way that does not fit your situation. And if people are receiving you in a way that does not fit your situation, you will even attract more haters. You see, that woman, the fact that she didn't have the food that she needed, because of her demeanor and the way she carries herself, more people will be drawn to her than the woman who actually talked down about that woman. It's because class, decorum, a sweet spirit, and a good-hearted person is rare. But women, people in general who are jealous and envious and like to put down others, they are a dime a dozen. Like they're all around. So these people, they put you down and kick you while you're down. And this just shows you that it doesn't matter if you don't have a lot. It doesn't matter if you perceive them having more than you. When a woman is jealous and envious, or if you don't look like what you're going through, people will not waste their time talking bad about you, putting you down, and trying to make a bad situation worse. That just seems to be the nature of many women. And I believe that's one of the reasons why many women choose to struggle in silence. And I'm not saying that you should not go for help. This woman didn't ask anybody for help. And this is another thing that wicked and sometimes envious people do. They butt their nose into other people's business so they can talk about you. See, women are masters at disguising their support for you, or disguising their dislike for you, or their disdain for you, or their animosity for you under the guise of supporting you. They will offer to give you food. They will offer to take you shopping. They will offer to, oh, you can wear some of my clothes for your interview. You can do this. You can do that. All while they're talking behind your back. Yeah, this girl don't have no clothes. She don't have no food. This is happening, that's happening. That's really the reason why a lot of women choose to just handle things on their own. Because they can't take the fact that some women are so miserable and so catty that they just enjoy putting down other women. Is that saying that you should not reach out for help? Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, it's just words, and their words have no power. As long as you get what you need, that's all that matters. But there are some people who really don't want to deal with the jealousy, the envy, the cattiness, the weirdo energy that comes with getting help from certain people. And this woman saw this firsthand. This is help that she did not ask for. And people who have a wicked demeanor, a wicked nature, they know exactly what they're doing. They'll offer to help you. And bear in mind, it was only a cup of noodles that this woman needed. A cup of noodles for lunch, what she got home, she would have figured it out. And this woman act like she asked for filet mignon, lamb chops, lobster pasta. They act like she asked for so much, and she was really trying to give her a hard time over that. Sometimes women can be the absolute worst when it comes to helping other women. They try to make it as difficult and awkward as possible because that catty, envious nature just makes them treat other women very badly. And once again, this is not all women. I feel like I have to keep saying that over and over again, even though I shouldn't. But this is not all women. This is certain types of women. And this is the reason why some women, they opt to turn to men. They'll turn to a man in the family, their grandfather, their father, their cousin, uncle, before they turn to a woman, because normally the help or the advice, sometimes unsolicited, that you get from another woman will come with a side of shade, a side of shaming, and a side of, you really deserve this anyway, but I'm going to help you despite you deserve this. Who wants to deal with that? So these people, you wonder, how can somebody be envious of me even though, they have more than me, or you perceive them as having more, they have the upper hand in some way? It's because you don't look like what you're going through. And because a lot of women, and it is what it is, a lot of women are superficial. So their idea of keeping it together is that you have the top-notch hair, the top-notch clothes, and you look like you came off of an Instagram page. You look like a TikTok post. You look like an influencer. You look like a commercial. A lot of women are very superficial in that way. So that's their idea of truly keeping it together. Not all, once again, but many. And when you're an average woman that looks good, you look decent, you look like a regular person, but nice. It's giving, she's doing too much. It's giving, who does she think she is? How dare she not be like this? She deserves whatever she's going through. Women can be very weird in that way. And because of the things like this, and this is a little bit of a sidebar, but still on point, with this food stamp crisis happening and, a lot of people about to lose benefits and what have you, it's more important now than ever that women realize how important it is to have something that you completely control. I believe that women, even if you work a full-time job, even if you get benefits in some way, you should still have a side business, a side hustle, something you create with your own hands and your own mind that can bring income in for you. I worked in financial services for 8 years, 2 different banks as a personal banker. And during that time, I was able to encourage other people to, get the loans that they needed, get the bank accounts that they needed, link up with financial advisors to set up different, accounts that would help them to have the money and the resources they need so that they're not in a bind later down the road. As a woman, entrepreneurship, I believe, is one of the best routes for us, because even though starting a business, it might be difficult in the beginning, but depending on the business you're starting and your business acumen and how much you focus and pay attention to the things that are important to you, the more successful you will be and the less stressed you will be, because you won't have to turn to so many people and depend on other people for the things that you can provide for yourself. For me, I believe the feminine energy we create, God given us that divine feminine nature where we as women, we have a lot of creativity and nurturing and empathy, and we're able to, just be of service and of help in great ways, not always for free. We can create resources, create outlets, income for ourselves. So being financially stable as a woman, it does not always require you to go to an outside source. Sometimes the financial resources that you need, the, as they say, abundance that you need financially is on the inside of you. So I really think this is a wake-up call for many women, but I digress. But as women, if you don't want to have to deal with some of the catty, jealous, envious, negative ways people try to come at you when you're going through a tough time, and I speak this from experience, it is time to get serious about financial stability and creating your own business, creating your own side hustle, really tapping into your feminine nature as a woman and thinking about what you can do to create money for yourself. So you don't have to be subjected to women who feel like they can put you down whenever they feel like it. All right. Little gnats and lint in the air. Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.